an investment that we made less than a year ago. It's a vacation rental property in the Southern Gulf Islands. If you've seen my previous videos, you may have seen me talk about this property. It's Valentine's Day, it's February the 14th, and we weren't sure how well we would do with rentals outside of the peak season, but the property's done pretty good. It still stayed fairly well occupied. Here we are. What I loved about this property is, and it's something that's really good to look for when you're investing in a vacation rental property, it's that it's 2 hours from a main city. So that's really important because you can get people coming even just for one night. It's also commercially zoned, so we never really need to worry too much about the Airbnb restrictions. So that's a great thing to look out for, but really hard to find. I know that it took me a long time to find this property. The property is zoned for 10 dwellings, which is more than what we're going to do on this property because we're realtors and investors, so we're not hoteliers. We do rent the property. We rent the entire estate typically, although we do have people rent each dwelling separately. Renting each dwelling separately, we discovered, was just way more than we could chew. Like I said, we're not hoteliers, we are investors and realtors, so managing each one of these little dwellings was a lot of work. As a result, we've changed our model and we rent the entire estate. Turns out there's a lot of demand for groups of 10 or more. So it's done great. We have family reunions here, corporate retreats, development workshops. We've had groups of men's groups, women's groups, so all kinds of different groups that come and enjoy the property. It's also very COVID friendly. As you can see, there's lots of different options where folks can sleep. We've got this little garden cabin. That bowler, if you're familiar with bowlers, they're very cool 1970s retro. Then we've got our coach house, and then this little settler's cottage built in 1902. The wonderful thing is that we've only done one high season and my calculations worked out just great. What you want to look out for when you're doing a vacation rental and you need to cover your costs is to make sure that those high seasons can cover you for the year. Of course, as real estate prices have gone up, that's become more and more challenging, but that's kind of the goal of what you're aiming for. So we were able to do that. We were able to cover our year with the addition of some of the rentals that have sort of trickled in off season. But it's kept pretty busy. We're just, for this, it's not our business. We're happy to cover our costs and generate some income just to keep building on the property. So we want to do an outdoor kitchen. We want to do a covered sitting area for people to gather in. So our costs are pretty much, or any revenues we get will pretty much all go into the property to improve it and make it even more interesting for our guests. We don't want to make it too fancy. Our goal here is really to get people closer to the earth. So it is just a step above camping. It's beautiful though, absolutely stunning. If you're thinking of buying vacation property and need a little bit of guidance, feel free to give me a shout. I've got other videos on here as well, so you can look for those, and I'll be posting regularly. So go ahead and follow me if you like, and here's some more insight I have into furnished rentals. You'll have a beautiful, wonderful Valentine's, whether it's loving yourself or loving all those around you. Bye-bye.